Okay, we'll get back onto the market streets. This is the final trading day for the week. Nigerian authorities declaring Friday a public holiday for formal businesses and the markets for, of course, all in line with the kickoff of the country's general elections starting on Saturday, the 23rd. But first, let's check in with Temple Ashaju, our business correspondent, of course, taking a look at the markets from our production room. Temple, welcome back to the show. What are the early numbers looking like for today's final call of the day on the equity side?
Well, I think we're having it still positive, rising some 0.31% so far this morning. We still have a lot of interest across the banking names in the sector. So that's basically something that a lot of investors are watching right now.
So we started Tuesday on a positive note, and it looks like it's going to remain like that for today. Of course, Temple, just looking at the banks, the Zenith Bank earnings was a very big story 3 days ago, and I think investors are still positive on that. Even Nigerian bureaus with disappointing numbers yesterday got a bit of a positive ramp up with the banks dragging almost everybody along for this rally, all quiet and a bit really nice ahead of the postponed elections. Temple, isn't it?
Yes, consumer goods segment of the market is still an area that a lot of investors will continue to watch because, again, you have earnings being declared there. Nigerian breweries, bad as the numbers are, it still has a bit of dividend, albeit it's been...
Giving almost all the entire profit.
Exactly. So
about 20 billion.
one naira 83 kobo now to a lot of investors. I mean, that's still some good money.
No, that's a company that's got a lot of fire under its belly.
In spite of the competition that you now have in the sector, International Breweries has come into the space and has been able to buck the whole monopoly that's the
conversation about it. Not everybody's got to get their bearings right. Exactly. Because it looks like the competition here, folks are just, look, if you can't get out in the business, get out of the way. Because folks want what is cheap, what is good, as available, as and when they can get it. And there's no brand loyalty has changed totally.
It has really tremendously changed, and of course that is one of the reasons why we're seeing.
I thought folks are loyal forever to certain.
I don't think so. It's not going to happen.
But it looks like it's not happening.
So it is also changing the strategies of a lot of these companies. Nigerian Breweries, I understand, has improved on its credit line to a lot of its wholesalers and retail traders. Of course, that they now have to recoup 23 times in a year or thereabouts. So it means that they've expanded this whole credit line to a lot of those guys that deal the beer parlors that you have around. They release crates of drinks to them to trade.
But they go down the street.
So they don't come back maybe twice in the month to now pick up to collect money from these guys. And of course, that is the strategy that they've leveraged now.
A lot of fights going on there in the market we're not aware of.
Exactly, because you hear some people telling you, I don't drink this no more, this is what I drink now. And if you check the producers of those companies, they are different. The producers of those drinks
of those beverages.
Yes, but you know, they will always.
And the foreign brands are also stepping in. They are right in our face.
Absolutely. AB InBev came into the picture, and of course, that's how we see the monopoly in the system between Nigerian breweries, Guinness, Champion Breweries, and a couple of others that are not even listed. SAB Miller that you have in the southeast area of the country now being bucked. So
and it looks like the competition and the fight for the market is not going to be over anytime soon.
I don't think so.
Because Golden Guinea Breweries are still moving quickly with the refurbishment of their Bond plant a couple of years ago, and it looks like by their last number they said, look, they're going to complete it and they want to get back into the market as well. When Golden Guinea Breweries get back into the market, they're going to find a way to squeeze themselves in and try to take a share of the market, looking at the demography, and young population.
Yeah, and of course that is something that a lot of investors really love. It gives them a pool of companies that they can actually pick, and asset class diversification and all of that is made possible. If you want to rebalance because one company is not performing well, you quickly move to another company. So it's something that a lot of
and with this public holiday and the elections, I'm sure some folks will get a bit more drinks.
Correct.
Let's put it that way.
Correct.
Yeah, just to make everybody happy, whatever happens, the elections. Temple, thank you very much. Temple Ashaju, our business correspondent. Okay, the final take here on the program. Let's get down to FMDQ exchange place and try to get a sense of the debt and the currency market, but this time around the real estate market. Let's talk to the managing director of Mixta Nigeria, Kola Ashiru Balogun, who is live to us from there. Good morning, Mr. Ashiru Balogun, and thanks. It's good to have you here on the show. Okay, I guess we lost that. Mixta Nigeria is, of course, the FMDQ exchange, a place trying to float some bonds and what you call commercial papers, all in a way to rev up the real estate market. Of course, the FMDQ and the Nigerian Stock Exchange are home to the NMRC papers. That's the Nigeria Mortgage Refinancing Company. Of course, that was an agency set up by the government. Of course, that is already in the market. So the real estate market will be part of the conversation moving forward. But of course, the big story as the election season gets very heavier is, of course, President Buhari yesterday received a delegation of envoys of Saudi Arabia in Abuja. And, of course, the conversation was around how to get Nigeria's handshake to keep global oil output within what OPEC Plus were talking about, and how Nigeria can support Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has already put 1.4 million barrels of its own daily output on the line, trying to stabilize the global markets, looking to a more stable marketplace by April this year. All of that, again, because of our prices, President Buhari, that sounds like music to his ears, and he says he will call on the junior oil minister, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, to bring forward Nigeria's latest production numbers and see how we can slice a bit of our output and in line with Saudi Arabia's request. That is one big story in the Nigeria's oil sector you don't want to miss as the elections get the better side of the conversation. But of course, the market is still trading today. We have all to the end of the day. So we got in Kola Ashiru Balogun of the managing director of Mixta Nigeria back now on the line. I hope we can have that conversation with him, but it looks like the technical glitches there is not making that to happen. So I'm going to have this conversation. 1 minute. Mr. Balogun, good morning. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Thank you. So we just got about 2 minutes. Give us, in a very short space of just about 2 minutes, we look at the real estate market, whether you're doing bond or commercial papers. Why do you think the marketplace, the debt marketplace, is a place to go when you're looking for financing for this private sector?
Well, when you take a look at real estate as a product, it's created to attract effective capital that matches the long-term requirements of real estate. So right now in the market, so where we're seeing that type of capital is the bond market. So this is the second series that we've just launched on the bond, and it's something that over time we're able to match our funding better to our needs, to our funding needs.
Okay, so how much have you been achieved with this fundraising round in terms of real estate? What are you looking at? Commercial, residential, property?
Well, our focus is exclusively on affordable housing, residential. So what we've been able to do is over the past few years as a company, we've been able to deliver over 4,000 housing units. But with this capital, what we're able to do is to expand on that a lot more and deliver a lot more houses. We've already started with a few of those developments. You can see them here in Lagos, in our projects in Lagos and on other projects in Edo State.
How tight is the economy right now? Just about 1 minute. How tight is the economy right now for the real estate property market with a lot of housing estate, how big houses in Ikoyi, Victoria Island, Lock and Key? That's not where affordable housing is, the other side of the city where I live.
Yes, well, on the side of the city that I live in, we still sell houses. You know, it's not a lot of us have the opportunity to live in those areas. So in these other sides of the market, we still sell. When you look at our numbers, our revenues, we've actually grown over the past few years. And why we're able to do this is because we're providing housing at the price that people can afford. So we have properties that sub 10 million naira in Lekki, or we have properties that sub 6 million naira in Benin. So for as long as you're able to create products that match the requirements of the market, then I don't think the current situation would affect you much.
I'm going to check all of that out. Thank you very much. Have a great work-free Friday. Then the elections weekend. Then we'll get back on Monday. Thank you, Kola Ashirubalukun, the Managing Director and CEO at Mixer Nigeria Limited, right from FMDQ Exchange Place. That's Business Morning for today. Hope everyone will keep an eye on the verdict. News comes first here. Politics is a big story here on Channels Television Nigeria. We're all over elections, all the way from tomorrow until Monday. See you later. Have a great day, everyone.